Hello, my lovely ladies and handsome gents. How are you today? I'm doing very well. Well, I wanted to share something with you that I thought was kind of special. So I had something kind of cool happen to be on Valentine's Day. My husband bought me something very special, and I bought him something that turned out to be more special than I realized. Anyways, I'll get to that. So, some of you might know that I love Versace Blonde, this fragrance Versace Blonde. I used to wear it when it came out, and it was my signature fragrance for a while, and then it disappeared off the face of the earth, and I really didn't know why. It's okay. I moved on to Eternity after that. I couldn't find it, moved on to but I love Eternity too, right around the same time. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so my husband knows I love Versace Blonde, and I started wearing it when I was working as a singer on a cruise ship, and that is the same time that I met my husband. And I just adore the fragrance. You can't get it anymore unless it's vintage. It's always iffy if something is vintage. You never know. All the bottles I could find of it were like, $300 and up, and it's a vintage, so you really don't know what you're getting. But for Valentine's Day, my wonderful husband surprised me with this is a new vintage eau de parfum purse spray, and it's new, Came with this little pouch, and it is the most gorgeous tuberose gardenia. And oh man, that time that I was doing that, I always smelled this. My clothes smelled of it, it wasn't the only fragrance I wore, but it was my favorite. So my husband got me this wonderful fragrance that I was wearing at the time that I met him. And it's just been one of my dreams to get it ever since, because it's extremely expensive and it's definitely discontinued. And it's just gonna sit like that on my perfume shelf, and I shall use it sparingly and totally enjoy it. I don't want to talk about it too much. I just want to tell you about the romantic Valentine's Day fragrances. Now this fragrance, Versace Blonde, reminds me so much of another one of my favorites that I also got, late last year, Fracas from Robert Piguet. Now this one, I never realized, I don't remember noticing this before. This is almost identical to Versace Blonde. The main difference is that this is a little bit more fresh. There's a little more of a green. There's a more of a green element, just a tiny bit. And Versace Blonde has just a little bit more of a floral element, but they're both fantastic, and these are really bucket list fragrances I wanted to get back in my world again, that I was familiar with when I was much younger. And so now I do have my Versace Blonde. But wait, there's more. Okay, some of you know that I used to work, back when I used to work in the cosmetics and fragrance industry, I worked for a time as a promotional representative for Oscar de la Renta fragrances, which was actually the distributing company. Our main fragrance was Oscar de la Renta, and we had other fragrances also to promote, but Oscar was always our main one. And I absolutely loved getting to work for Oscar de la Renta to represent the company. I loved it so much. I felt it was really great. It was like one of the very, very top, #1 top fragrances back in the day. We had all the front cases. Anyways, we also had men's fragrances. We had, I had to promote also Perry Ellis for men and Gray Flannel for Men by Joffrey Bean, and SAR by Van Cleef & Arpels, and Oscar de la Renta Pour Lui. Oscar de la Renta Pour Lui was around when I was working for Oscar, and it was one that I promoted along with those others. And I always really liked it, but I didn't really know anybody that I thought it was appropriate for. And I'm sure that I had bottles of it that I probably gave to other people, the guys that I knew, you know, but I never felt, oh yeah, that really works for you. That really sticks for you. And I didn't even know this fragrance was still on the market until only recently. And I had a chance to smell it, and it smells exactly the way it used to, but now I know who it's for. It's for my husband. This fragrance is so, it's just classy masculinity. Someone else said, I've been reading up on it a lot, you know, I think someone else called it that too, elegant masculinity. That's really what it is. And I feel like this is what I want my husband's signature scent to be like from now on. Also, a lot of men's fragrances I can't handle. I'd be like, oh, that's nice, honey, but oh, no, wear it today, you know, because it's just too much for me. But this one is not. He can spray it all over, and it just smells so pleasant and so nice, and like just, oh. So I am going to be doing eventually, you know, a full-length video on this one. But the thing about this that's so special is that I used to sell it, and I really liked it, but I didn't know of anyone to give it to. I didn't know of any guy. And now, flash forward, it's more affordable now than it was back then, because we were selling it behind the counter in department stores. You know, I mean, a lot of these fragrances, especially Oscar fragrances, they were not affordable like they are now. So I was really like, wow, you know what? I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I ran into you, Pour Lui. And so I have a lot more to say about this at some point, but I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's kind of romantic. So Versace Blonde and Oscar de la Renta Pour Lui together at last. And thank you so much for watching and for sharing this little story with me. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.